We were recently asked by one of the viewers of the last Blsp video to give our opinion concerning this caveat emptor stipulation that has been the case of Blsp. Okay, so Blsp, obviously, this is their homepage, and on OTC, this is OTC markets. You can see that this is how that's the designation Blsp has, caveat emptor, so buyer be aware. So I mean, obviously this is because Blsp got, or rather some years ago, filed with the was allowed by the SEC to go dark, and all that stuff, so it's a legal arrangement. It is a legal loophole, and he took advantage of that. So what did they do? That's the question. He got a message from Ameritrade, and we did get a message from Charles Schwab, which is the platform we're using. So amongst other things, this is what a lot of people are relying on and hoping that the Blsp is going to come around and do the needful and continue to disclose their finances and all that stuff. So it says here 2,000 investor limit. So what is the 2,000 investor limit? The 2,000 investor limit is a stipulation required by the SEC that mandates a company that exceeds 2,000 individual investors and with more than $10 million in combined assets must file its financials with the commission according to SEC rules. A company that meets these criteria has 120 days to file following its fiscal year's end. So the question now is, has Blsp exceeded 2,000, or has it reached 2,000 individual investors? I strongly believe that they have reached 2,000 individual investors. The other question is, do they have more than $10 million in assets, in combined assets? I believe they do. So if they don't do, if any, I believe it will be the latter. If any of these two factors are lacking, it would be the $10 million combined assets. So, but I also easily believe that they definitely have more than $10 million in combined assets. So, and then you would ask, why have they not filed this? Or why have they not gone ahead to since begin to file these disclosures? So the question is, when did this come about? This came about rule came about since 2016. It says, and it was in its Jobs and Fast Act. So if that's the case, probably yes, you can say maybe all along they've had $10 million in combined assets, but of late, SEC most certainly would have had more than 2,000 individual investors. So what do they do? Well, what you can do is you begin to, at least you come to their website. You must have come across this. Come to their website, come to the contact page. You can see here, they have a phone number and they have an email address. But I believe if you call this phone number, nobody may pick it up, because we obviously have an individual who has gone to this location, 301 McCullough Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina. Somebody has actually gone to that building. We saw that on video. You can find out this guy. We'll try and provide his name in the description box below, or even go on Twitter and tweet them. And indeed, a lot of people are doing that already. So these are some of the things you can do. Contact them, bombard them, get them to communicate and tell us what's going to happen. So I believe the CEO of this company, Shlomo, he has been able to even respond to some of these contacts. Has been able to respond to some of them. The problem with the company is not whether it's doing business. I mean, this company is doing the sort of business is making money, as a matter of fact, selling electricity to Duke Energy and all that stuff. So yes, they have to come ahead and do their due diligence and do their disclosures and all that stuff. So this is one thing you can do: contact them and all that stuff. Then in the meantime, if they don't go ahead and do the needful and remain with this caveat emptor designation, what do you have to do? Well, still believe in the stock, and I wouldn't really urge you to sell your position in Blsp. Just remain there. Maybe before, within this time frame, you probably buy more. I believe the law is there. If they have the 2,000 investors and they have more than $10 million in assets, they are required by law to go ahead and file their disclosures, and so that this caveat emptor designation will be removed. So technically speaking, it closed the session of the 27th of April 2021 down 18% at $0.005, $132 million across the 132 million shares across the tape. Has a $26.5 million in market capitalization. So I don't know whether they can actually rely on their market cap as an asset. It's not really an asset. The shares are liabilities. But all in all I can say is remain in the stock, because the fundamentals are right, and keep on mounting pressure on them to do the needful. So even if it means they're going to delist, at least they'll give you back your money, or somehow something is going to come out of it. So thank you very much for watching this video.